In case you don't know me yet, I'm Keurentjes, responsible for marketing at TAGGRS, and every day we help more than 10,000 companies collect accurate, privacy-compliant data to prove impact and build stronger client relationships. Today, I'm speaking with Alexander, freelance marketing specialist, and he will share how TAGGRS has improved the tracking of OnlineVeilingmeester. So, welcome, Alexander.
Hello.
Can you maybe briefly introduce yourself and explain your role in this project?
Yeah, hi, I'm Alexander Oostindiën. I'm living in Groningen, Zuidhoorn. I'm a freelance and interim digital marketing specialist, and I was responsible for the implementation of TAGGRS within OnlineVeilingmeester, an auction house.
Yeah, and maybe how big is OnlineVeilingmeester in terms of monthly visitors?
I think we're like at almost 5 million, maybe. Yeah.
A lot. Okay. And how did you first came in contact with TAGGRS?
Well, I was following a PPC course from the PPC Mastery from Miles. And there it was mentioned about the server-side tracking. And that's how I came to TAGGRS. I know Steep.
And what was the reason you chose in the end for TAGGRS?
Well, you're a company based in the Netherlands, and I wanted a Dutch communication. That was the main reason. And also after a brief intake, I chose for TAGGRS because it was in Dutch. The lines were like really short, and the implementation was really quick.
Okay. And if we talk about the implementation, what was the situation from OnlineVeilingmeester before implementing server-side tracking? To which challenges you were facing?
Two main challenges. One was that consent wasn't configured properly, and the second was that our second best browser was Safari, and with all the restrictions there, I thought it was time to like maybe make the solution to server-side tracking. Yeah.
And then okay, you decided for TAGGRS, and how did that onboarding process look like?
Yeah, the onboarding was just a quick call with Max and explaining the situation. Like we have at OnlineVeilingmeester, we have a code base in React. So we had a lot of hiccups and a lot of technical difficulties. Also, in implementing it in Google Tag Manager, a lot of codes were still hard-coded in the website. So before we like really got to the implementation of the client side in the correct way and connecting the server, I think it always was like 3 months before we like really could start. But yeah, that all went very smoothly. Like a few times I had a call, I think 2 or 3 times, and after that we could start with the implementation.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And we see it a lot. People wanted to start with server side, and then they look at their client side, and they come to the conclusion that even the client side isn't isn't that well.
Yeah, and that was like really that was like the basic stuff. Client side really needed to be like in good state to like also go to server side. So I was really getting hard-coded scripts from the website to Google Tag Manager. And after that was implemented, we could like smoothly connect everything to our server and go live. Yeah.
And you said a little about the website that you had some challenges there. What were some challenges? You had with the implementation.
We still have to this day one small problem, but it's manageable. Mostly getting hard-coded scripts from places like Meta, like just get it out of the website and get it into a Google Tag Manager container. That was the biggest problem.
Okay, then you implemented TAGGRS. What were the first concrete results you noticed?
like in the first 2 weeks, we already saw a conversion uplift in more conversion tracked in Google Ads and Meta. Well, in the start, it was like, I think for Google Ads, 7%, and for Meta, it was like 12. But that was in the first week. Like it was already noticeable, and then after we implemented server-side tracking, we started implementing the right consent, because our consent banner wasn't configured properly. When we configured consent and the conversion modeling and the behavior modeling started to like learn, like after 3 months, we like saw Google Ads measurement 28% more signups, and in Meta 32%, and that's really stable now.
Those are quite good numbers.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Did you know the reactions of OnlineVeilingmeester when they hear that, or to what extent do you involve the client in this?
When our online marketer, like the guy who's like responsible for Meta and Google Ads, really saw a conversion uplift and he was really happy. So yeah.
So he can prove his value as a marketer.
Yeah, he can prove his value, but also see more accurate data. And when the consent mode was like configured properly, it took like 3 months, and then it really starting to add up. Like the algorithm started to learn a lot better.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
typically, how much time does it take for the algorithms to learn?
Like 3 months. Like you have to give it 3 months with a server-side tracking, accurate consent configuration, and the banner. It's like 3 months.
Yeah, you're a freelancer.
Yeah.
What would you, as a last question, what would you recommend to other freelancers who are still unsure about server-side tracking? What tips can you give them?
It's a fairly good and easy way to like measure more conversions and data, so you can steer on more better business results. It's like the configuration isn't even that hard. Once you have your like client side good, and all the tags are good, and like the channels that you're using in your marketing mix are like correctly integrated client side, then then sending the data to the server is like it isn't that hard. So I would also always recommend it to like even try out. You could try it. If it's not for you, you can always like turn it off. Like it's that simple.
Yeah.
So it isn't that hard to grasp, and the amount of data that you're getting out of it is like way better. And I'm a really big guy for the like measure real business results and like steer on those results instead of the things you see on the client side. So I would always recommend it for every business that has like like value at through their website or through their app.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good closing, Alexander. Thank you very
Yeah.
much for recording this testimonial with us, and we really appreciate you as a partner.